Reference we can really use to encourage kind of good pelvis, good lumbar spine movement in the downswing is we know that the pelvis or the lumbar spine, to be precise, it's a bit like kind of 5 golf balls stacked. We have these 5 balls stacked on top of each other. That's a little bit like how the lumbar vertebrae, there's 5 vertebrae in the lumbar spine, like to be aligned, like to be stacked on top of each other to really best ensure, for example, kind of lumbar spine health, actual global spine health, and also good kind of low back pelvis movement to downswing. So a reference we can use is that as we move in that downswing phase, when the pelvis in essence gets to 0 degrees rotation, or loosely speaking is square and parallel to target line, it's also absolutely 0 and level. So in many ways, when it's at 0 degrees rotation, it's also at 0 degrees lateral flexion. So once again, from that face-on view, as we start to move into downswing, when the pelvis gets to 0 degrees rotation, it's parallel with the target line, it's also in 0 degrees of side bend. So using that kind of 3D example on screen now, we can see often in most of the advanced players, the most established movers, as and when they achieve that 0 degrees rotation of the pelvis, is at the exact same time, it's also at 0 degrees lateral bend. And really what that ensures is those lumbar spine vertebrae, the low back is nicely stacked on top of each other. What the lumbar spine doesn't really like is being forced to move into rotation when we know that lumbar spine isn't designed to rotate, and equally so, huge amounts of lateral flexion or side bend. The lumbar spine, loosely speaking, is designed to kind of flex and extend. So how can we really ensure spine health and good pelvis movement to downswing? Once again, when the pelvis is level or at 0 degrees rotation, it's also at 0 degrees of lateral bend. In that downswing is shown by that 3D example. So common adaptations you can often see is when we get to 0 degrees rotation, it's also then trail side up. So again, using the 3D examples on screen, now this is a very common imbalance we can often see. When the pelvis is parallel to target line, 0 degrees rotation, is also very elevated trail side up through that kind of trail side of the pelvis. It can be very problematic both on how we move and also our kind of spine health. So great reference to use, a lovely reference to play with is when pelvis is at 0 degrees rotation, in essence parallel to target line, it's also level, 0 degrees of side bend to best ensure both spine health and also good movement of that pelvis into and in the downswing.